All right, excellent, guys. Sorry for the delay on that. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty. I am actually on location. I'm traveling right now, so it's not the perfect setup. So hopefully you still can hear me perfectly. I won't have my video on today. I'm not in a graded lit area, and I've been traveling throughout Asia. So I'm actually on location right now. I'm in Saigon, Vietnam. I'm out here meeting with a major investor. I'm going to actually share with you guys some of the information about what's going on with the ecosystem and everything that's happening. I wanted to take this time to get you guys an AMA, and this AMA is going to be longer than our normal AMA. I'm going to try and speak as slow as possible for you. A lot of times when I get really excited about something, I talk fast, people say. So I'll try to take this as a methodical process and make this a little bit slower of a process than normal, and try to be as clear as possible. But this AMA is going to take, like I said, a little bit longer. It'll probably be like a 40-minute process. And I'm going to go through every single question that you've ever asked the entire last few weeks. And I know that a lot of you have a lot of questions. I think the AMA that we have today has about 46 questions. So we've taken every single question from every single member. And I'm going to share with you all of everything that we can and give you a narrative and tell you a little bit of a story about how everything has came out to be where it is today and then where we're going in the future. Guys, the Ormeus project is still going extremely strong. And even though that the crypto marketplace is not exactly where any of us expected it to be in 2017, we all thought that everyone would have Lambos and mooning by now, and then we would all be billionaires. But the market has been completely different than what we expected. We're still holding strong to build something that is going to sustain. And this hard work now, the energy and effort we put in today is going to make a huge difference for all of us in the future. So we know that if we stay steadfast and work on a process and build something, that we're building a foundation for a legacy. And this company is going to be just that. It's going to be a company that is going to sustain throughout all of the ups and downs throughout the crypto marketplace. And if you're in the marketplace and you're able to make it through 2018 and you're still here today, then you've done more than about 90% of the companies that exist. So let's get started right into the AMA, guys, and answer all of your questions. And then after this, we're going to do another follow-up AMA in a few weeks. We want to make sure that we get every single question that is detailed completely out there for everybody so that they know exactly what's going on with the project. We're working as much as possible behind the scenes to keep these things as completely transparent, but at the same time, keeping the excitement and building out something that is going to change the world as we know it. So let's get right into it. First, people asked a lot of times, of course, is could you explain currently the status of the mining and why it was delayed? So let me tell you exactly what has happened here. And as you know, throughout the process of becoming a major player in the cryptocurrency mining space, it isn't the most easy thing to do. When we first started off, we set everything up and we had a mining partner that did not fulfill everything that they were supposed to fulfill. And they only delivered about 20% of the amount of mining that we purchased originally. So we had to go out and find new mining partners. And you guys have seen that through the process that we were doing this. So in this last round, we were just ready and we had everything completely set up. And we had a mining partner that was ready to go and launch. And then we come to find out after months of working on everything that they had an electric bill on their previous electricity of over $1 million. So of course, at that point in time, we couldn't turn our mining on in that location. So great news though, guys, we have found a mining partner that has actually been able to lock in with us. And this all just happened over the last few weeks. And this mining partner had built a mining pool of over 1,000 petahash with their previous partnership. They know exactly how to do it. They're currently in the process of setting up and moving all of our mining equipment to their new location. They are phenomenal. They're on top of their business. They know exactly how to do it. They've done it many times before. And this mining partner is also going to allow us to build our own pool for Ormeus. So the delays have happened. We were behind the timeline that we expected to be. The last mining partner had a massive electric bill that had nothing to do with us. And so we had to move the location. And that's something that we have to make these decisions to do these things sometimes. And this is what's delayed the process. But now we are fully on track. And we expect that we'll see some great results within the month to be able to have everything completely in the new location and set up and ready to rock and roll with our new mining partner. And this partner has more than just the fact that they have mining currently. They also have a pool set up that they're going to be launching with us, to where basically Ormeus is going to have its own mining pool. And what does that mean? That means that basically we'll be able to go onto the blockchain itself and to be able to go on the blockchain.info or btc.com and see the actual amount of petahash that Ormeus is mining. which will give full transparency for anyone that wonders whether Ormeus has mining equipment or not, which is super, super exciting. They also have some really exciting mining products. They're going to be able to help us build our blockchain massively because of the fact that they have these mining products that are actually going to help build the petahash of the entire Ormeus ecosystem. So they have a license to sell hashing power, which is an unusual scenario. Genesis Mining before had beat some different regulatory scenarios in the United States. Then that gave them the ability to be able to have to issue licenses to sell mining hash power. Now, this company is not Genesis Mining. It's a separate company, but they have the technology and the ability to issue hashing licenses. So that means that people are going to be able to eventually contribute to the hash power of the entire ecosystem, which is huge. That we're going to be able to build exactly what we planned on building originally and build out the largest mining company in all of cryptocurrency. So I know I spent a little extra time on this, but mining is crucially important to our ecosystem. It's one big part of our ecosystem. It's a part of what's got us here today. And I'll go through each other question and spend a little bit more time on this here and again in the future and touch back on this. But mining is well on track. We just spoke to the mining partners earlier today. We speak every single day. They've actually have all of our equipment ready to roll. They're packing and wrapping it right now to get it to the new location. They're going to ship it over there, move it from the container. I know everyone, when they're processing, they're thinking it's in a container, so why can't you just grab it and throw it in there? You still have to wrap every single package individually because obviously containers can shake around. They're not completely stable inside, but they're all safe and secure. They'll wrap them all up real nicely and get them shipped over, and we'll have everything back up and running within the next couple of weeks. We're very excited about having this new mining partner and being able to build our ecosystem massively into the future. Which coins will be mined and what assets will be added to the ORB? Great question. We're going to focus primarily on Bitcoin. Now, we've all seen this. We started off mining Dash with one of our biggest investments when we first started. Ethereum and other coins. Now, the reason why we're focusing on Bitcoin is because Bitcoin is not just the grandfather, but it's really like the foundational function of all of cryptocurrency. And we know that Bitcoin is always going to be there and going to be strong. So we're going to be focusing all of our energy and effort towards mining Bitcoin primarily. If we do mine anything else, it would probably be Ethereum. And that would be where we would focus any extra energy. And the Ethereum that we would mine, we would do through FPG mining. And we can speak more about that in the future. But primary focus is Bitcoin. Our equipment right now is primary focus towards Bitcoin. We still have the other equipment, but it's not extremely profitable to mine Dash or some of the other smaller coins. So we're focusing directly on Bitcoin. And what other assets will be added to the ORV? There will be a multitude of assets added to the ORV in the future. Right now, we're going to focus on the things that are important. The things that I also want to say, guys, is that while we're taking this time of really kind of just compartmentalizing and getting everything dialed down in, we're going to dial in on each individual part of our business, push through, complete it, and then move to the next part of our business. When we first came out, we came out with a bit of a shotgun type of approach. And it was a widespread blast. And if the marketplace would have stayed the same, the resources and everything would have been there to build out something that massively all at the same time. But now we're in this market that is a thinner market than it was before. We're going to focus on getting each component of our business up and running fully, let that fully function and run, and then we'll move to the next level. And I think you guys will really appreciate it. It might be a leaner process and it might go a little bit more methodical and step by step, but I think you're going to really appreciate it in the long run that we took every individual component of the business and finished that completely and then move to the next component of the business. Will we start mining with our own equipment through the mining partner? We will start with mining with our own equipment, and the mining partner actually will partner equipment in the pool as well. So we have our own equipment, as we know. You guys have seen the containers and the photos, and I'll show you more of those in a little bit here. So that is our equipment completely owned outright. Now that will be what we'll start completely with, but then we're also going to have the partner is going to add to build out a pool. So we're going to combine our powers together to build an extremely strong mining pool to support the Ormeus ecosystem and to support the build of the mining pool. So we do own the equipment outright. We purchased our equipment completely when we first got started. We purchased mining equipment before we even actually started distributing token or anything like that. We had mining equipment day one, and we will continue. We will expand the mining equipment as well. This is just what we have today. Now that we have a partner that we know we can build with for the next 10 years, that is a very exciting process for us to be able to know that we've got someone that we can work with for a long period of time and be able to build something out and scale it. What's happening with our Cody partnership? This is an excellent question. Now, a lot of people wonder about Cody because Cody is not just our partner. Cody has other clients as well. They are working on the OMC project, and they're working heavily to build out the Cody trust chain. Now, their technology of trust chain is not fully complete yet, as you guys have seen. So what we're doing in the meantime is we are running and launching OMC on an ERC20, getting that technology completely into the marketplace, and then allowing Cody to continue to finish up their technology. And when their technology is fully to where it's fully developed, then we'll continue with our partnership with them. As long as everything is built the way that it's planned, it's going to be an excellent scenario. Now, Cody has other clients like Cardano. Of course, they'll focus on some of those clients as they're going to. Cody may have 100 different companies that utilize their technology. They're an excellent technology team, and we think that with the build out of their technology, that eventually their system will be a very strong, robust part of our ecosystem. So currently, not focusing all of our energy for OMC for Cody because we have to get it launched into the marketplace, and that's going to be an ERC20. But in the future, we believe that we will still continue to utilize them as our technology partners. What's happening with the Binance decklist voting? So Binance Dex, we actually have everything all completely ready to go in place for the Binance Dex and for Eco to be listed on the token. There are some things that we are working on reputation online for Binance. Binance has approved all the technology. Now we're just working on the reputation things, and it's mostly things that have to do with me personally, from things that I have to work through my online presence. So once that is all complete, and this is 100% transparent, they have agreed to put everything on there. Once that online presence is touched up, once the new press comes out and talks about and kind of cleans up some of the things that are out there, then it will be listed on Binance Dex, which is very exciting because we passed all the text part. All the hard part of it is completely done. Now it's just a matter of a little bit of online reputation, and we can go out there and be listed on Binance Dex. Is BitMix trading currently active, and when will we see the trades in the RRB? This is a good question. Now, we were trading directly with BitMix. We had a trading partner in BitMix that was able to publish all the APIs directly to RB. Then we started manually trading with BitMix, and now we have just recently found a new BitMix partner that actually publishes every single trade individually, which is very, very exciting. So we're in the process over the next week of moving the funds that we had originally in BitMX trading, and then also adding some extra funds and adding our funds personally as well into the new BitMix trading system. And this will be published on the RB. I would give it a 6 to 8 week period before you see the RB updated with this, but this system is going to be live and it's going to be much a part of it. And it may not just be BitMEX trading. It will also probably be Binance futures trading as well. I trade a lot of Binance future personally. I spend a lot of energy and time on that, and that is a very strong trading platform. BitMEX a lot of the times has ups and downs, and it doesn't always stay exactly where you want it to, so we trade algorithm on BitMEX, but Binance futures is a really, really strong platform. So those will be probably the two places where you'll see our trading be done in the future. And then, of course, also just the original altcoin trading and things like that. So exciting stuff there. Could the company consider more regular updates for the community and transparency of what's happening behind the scenes? So a lot of the times it's hard to get me into one location because I'm running around and I'm trying to work and building everything and just going all the time. So what I'm working on doing is building out and helping a community of leadership to rise up in the Ormeus ecosystem. Instead of, I've done this to myself by taking on the entire project and really just spearheading it, even though that I'm just the guy that put together and had, a lot of the ideas. I'm not the only guy that came up and to start the project, but I was the main investor in the project. I take a lot of responsibility for the energy and the effort of everything coming together, and I take a lot of it on my own shoulders. Now, what I'm doing is I'm asking for the support of the community, of the leadership in the community, of the Ormeus ecosystem elite. So we're putting together a core group of people that are going to help update and keep transparency in the community, because to build something like this, it is not a one-person show, and it can't be done by one person by themselves. It has to be a community be done. So I'm asking for the support of the Ormeus Elite community to help with transparency and updates. And I know that there's a lot of people that are in this community now because they've been hand-chosen, picked by myself and by some of our top people to make sure that we have a strong community of leadership. So they'll be putting out updates, and my goal is to get it to where it is a bi-weekly scenario where community updates and things are coming out. But there's going to be a core group of people that are going to know everything about this project as much as I do about the project, days after I know about the project, about the things in the project, which is super, super exciting. It's exciting to me because it's going to help bind the entire core group of people together. And then we can build out a process of true leadership. And we'll have the people that communicate directly all the time. And then the core group of people of the mastermind group. And then under the mastermind group, we'll have the Ormeus Elite. And there'll be about 70 total people in that group that are going to have the entire message dialed in and know everything about the project. That way it takes a little bit of weight off of my shoulders. Not that I don't have big shoulders, but it is a big process to be able to build this entire thing out. And having a team of people that working together to help do it is really what it's going to take, because this is a governance system. This is a system that is designed in a model that is designed to be a DAO. And if it is going to be a DAO, it cannot just be one central community. It has to be an entire, totally decentralized setup and process for every single person, so that we all can work together and build something massively and not have to be any individual pushing the entire driving force, but have the whole community working together and we move as a wave to build something. So would there be an audit report provided by the RV, and who is doing the audit? Originally, we had our audit report done by an attorney, and in the future, once we build this out, I would say 2020, we're going to start, especially with this new mining partner, we'll start having companies like KPMG, companies like the Deloitte or the top 5 auditing organizations actually do the audit of the ORV. We are looking right now to find out who the best partner is going to be to do that with, and we'll do that once everything is functioning fully and the mining equipment is up and running. And they'll be auditing every component of it. That way we can do a full published report, and that'll be part of our governance body. It'll also be part of the DAO actual process, which is very exciting. And we'll find a top 5 auditing company to do that, an accounting company, so that it's very transparent, so a third party, and so that it can be verified completely. Do you have any plans for an explainer video on how the ORV works? We do have a plans for this. We've been working on this because it is such, it's a real simple process, but it's very hard to understand if you're not extremely dialed into crypto. So we do have this dialed in. There is a script for it already built, and now it's to the level of the elite. So the Ormeus Ecosystem Elite, the team, is actually going through and drafting and flushing that script out even further so that we can have this thing completely as simplified as possible. And I expect over the next few weeks that we have some more results on something like that, and then probably in the next couple of months we'll have a full explainer video that shows everything, something that we can use for the next few years. It's a lot of work has went into that. We want to make sure that it's super simplified so that people really understand this, because there is going to be a time when the altcoin marketplace comes back in a big way. And even if it isn't the altcoin marketplace, the Ormeus ecosystem is going to do that in a big way, because we'll continue to build no matter what the traditional marketplace does. And eventually our market force will be bigger than what the rest of the market force is. And it won't be based on speculation of Bitcoin, whether we're successful. It won't be speculation of any cryptocurrency. It'll be based on the work that has gone into our ecosystem. We will be independently successful because of the community that we continue to build. Any thoughts on having an ambassador program like Cody? Actually, that kind of touches on the elite system, because the elite members will also all be, every one of them will be individually helping as ambassadors to speak out to our community, to build out the community of members, and to tell people about all the information about the company as a whole. Can we see mining scenes photos from videos you mentioned a week ago? Have any mining machines brought, or just the old ones moved to the new facility? Good question. The photos, there's some of the photos here. Guys, these are the containers that we purchased originally. You can see this is inside of them. The photos that we shared the other day, you can actually even see that there's a date on them as well, and we can post those into our community. They're posted in the Telegram community. Go to Telegram, you can check those out. You can see the date, you can see the time and everything on them. You can see that the machines, the type of machines that they are. This is our original mining equipment. We do have purchase orders in for more mining equipment. We have a very large purchase order that's already in and already been supported and everything. Now we're just waiting for this first mining equipment to come online. Once it's online, we'll start to take delivery of new mining equipment. How many petahash will the mining be running at? So we've purchased about 200 as far as purchased. We'll start off with about 30 petahash in our own equipment that we own completely ourselves. About 30 petahash is what it will start off with. That'll start off right the first week of us going, first couple of weeks of us getting going, and then we'll start to scale into the 200 that we've purchased over the next few months. And then after we've scaled into that point, then as the machine continues to run, we'll start to expand into a larger amount. The mining partner that we're with also has about 70 petahash that they're going to be putting into it. So hopefully within our first months of really fully mining, we'll see in our pool somewhere in the range of around 50 to 100, depending on how much the partner comes in with. And then within the first few months, we'll be, I would say within 6 months of us starting it, we'll be at our 200 pack capacity, and then scale from there again and build back to the numbers, the numbers that we expected to see in the beginning, the numbers that we expected to launch out of the gate with in 2017, and the numbers that we quoted in the past. We'll be able to build and get back onto those kind of tracks as far as mining capacity, which is very exciting. So we've already spent the money, which is the important thing. We've already put the contracts in place. We've already got everything ready to go. We already have the purchase orders and all this stuff, and there's already a mining equipment that is owed to us. So now we just have to build it in, get it on, and get it rolling out, and continue the new mining equipment when it comes into place. So very exciting. Will OMC be backed by 50 million Ormeus coins per the white paper? Now we'll build out, OMC is going to be a transactional minted token. With the new technology that we're working with Cody and with BNB chain, we're building out something that's going to be a transactional minted token. So we will continue to purchase Ormeus coin off the market and utilize that to help collateralize the OMC system. But what we're building is a transaction minted token. So the new token will be minted every time a transaction occurs. So that means that when there's profits from transactions, that'll go into a credit wallet that is going to help mint the new token. So the first OMC, and this is very important for people to understand, the first OMC is an ERC20. It does not have the technology behind it that we're building into the second version of OMC. Ormeus Cash ERC20 version is just an ERC20 token. The technology is being built into the BNB and the Cody version of the ecosystem. Of Ormeus Cash, I mean. When Ormeus Cash launches the new token, then every time a transaction occurs from the network, that will help mint a new one of these tokens. And these new tokens will be the token that'll have the semi-stable dynamic capacity built into it. So those tokens will be traded at the rate that we published in the past. They'll be minted at $1, and they'll be traded at about $1.50 or minted at $1, but that'll be our stable base. Now, those are minted tokens, not our original ERC20. To be very clear, the ERC20 token will go into the market. Everyone will have it. It'll be like your ticket to the show. But to get those stable type tokens, the transactional network has to exist. We have to build out the transaction network of members, of users, and of people using the transactions. As those transactions occur, then tokens will be minted, and those tokens will be swappable for the original token that you have. So with your ERC20 token, it'll come out to the gate, it'll go into the market, it'll sell for whatever it sells for in the market, and then you'll have that ticket to the show. As long as you hold on to those coins, you'll be able to swap those for the transaction minted tokens. So to be very clear on that, guys, and make sure you understand that ERC20, original foundation token, Cody and BEP2 token will be the second version. It'll either be a Cody or BEP2, depending on who's the technology. And that token will be minted. So every time a transaction happens in the network, someone buys a Starbucks for $10, a percentage of that goes to mint a new token. Those tokens that are minted are going to be distributed, swapped for the tokens that exist originally. So it's going to take time for us to build out the full stable scenario for that token. But obviously, to build a stable scenario, there has to be $1 for every single token that exists. So without fail, we will build that. It's just going to take time to build that entire network. So can you explain, oh, I'm sorry. Can you please explain the 40%, 40%, 20% ratio of the RRV? Okay, so let me explain this to you. Again, this system is set up, the 40% goes to purchase mining equipment when we're mining. The 40% goes to the ORV, which is the floor value of the token, the floor asset of the coin, of the ORV itself, and the 20% is a purchase buyback. The purchase buyback is going to buy off the market at whatever the market rate is at the time. It'll continue to do that. That's where the buyback bot comes into place. It's already functioning. It functions when there's profit in the system. So as there's profit in the system, then the machine will always continue to run. Are you still planning on buying new mining equipment for 40% of the profits generated? Yes, we'll buy mining equipment as long as it's time where mining equipment is, it makes sense to buy mining equipment. There's different times where it's profitable for mining, and then there's different times where mining equipment is expensive or less expensive. We'll build it into the public vault, though, so you'll be able to see all the assets for that to occur. And then we'll purchase mining equipment when it's time for us to purchase mining equipment. If there's ever a time where it's not mining, then we would utilize those funds, and our governance body will help decide whether to utilize those for trading or for something else that would be as profitable. Mining may not be the only thing that we ever do, because there could be a time where mining is not profitable for a very long period of time. So we need to make sure we keep the ecosystem nimble enough to be able to work and grow through the space. Will the buyback bot eventually be able to buy all the exchange and being traded and support the market and price of all exchanges? Now, this question, guys, people, to understand this, the buyback bot will buy all, if we just let it run and the machine kept running completely, and everyone decided to sell every one of their coins and they sold them all at whatever the rate is, the bot will continue to buy even to the last coin. So if one person holds a coin left, the bot can keep buying parts of that coin until they won't sell it. So the machine will never stop. As long as there's profits in the machine, it will never stop buying. So eventually, yes, it could buy back all the tokens, but there'll be a point in time where people won't want to sell their coins. And at that point in time, then the price will continue to increase, because the demand will be there for people to hold on to their tokens. As use cases continue to be used, as we continue to infiltrate the world as far as building out a full ecosystem and proliferate our technologies into this current modern world, the token value will eventually increase because of usability, and it'll increase because of community strength. See, community strength is one of the most important parts of all of this. And as we build this out, as we go to the big merchants and things, we're going to need to make sure that we have the strongest community to be able to be accepted by these large places. The reason why that we'll be able to surpass other cryptocurrencies is because of the strength of our community. So yes, eventually the buyback bot could buy back all of the tokens on exchange and then bring the price to whatever it is that people are willing to sell it. If they're not willing to sell it, the price will continue to increase based on the buyback bot. When will buyback bot be active again? So this, guys, when the mining kicks back is when mining or trading profits. Every single month there's been profits for the last few months. In trading, small profits, not very big, but there's still been some. I funded things originally pretty much solely, and now it's time for the mining and for the trading to kick in completely. So as we continue to have profits, the buyback bot will kick back in again. I expect to see some good profits over the next 3 or 4 weeks, and then we'll see the buyback bot kick in. Once the mining kicks in, that'll be consistent from the mining as well, that the buyback bot will be continually working on a daily basis. So right now we're just in the point in between. Profits start to kick in, the buyback machine will start to purchase again. And that is going to be something that we'll be able to show on the RRV as well. And you'll be able to see the profits from each individual month into trades and see exactly how much it's going to be purchasing on a monthly basis once our mining is in place. Why was President's Ecosystem removed from our website? Mr. Park, great guy. He actually got an offer from another company to work as a very, very high level role with that company. So they asked that he had exclusivity. He still works with us. He works with us in the background, not so much on the front anymore, but he still works with us in the background. He's still a great friend, and he's still a good person in the BW company. He's basically who introduced us to BW. So he came in that position, and now he's working as well with another organization, but he has a very exclusive role with them, so he can't be public with us. So still working with us, still a great guy, just not in a public sense. Does Ormeus still support charity through Pragma? So all of our profit systems are built out to build the Pragma token. And eventually, guys, you're going to see this Pragma ecosystem come into place. Now, we have been focusing a lot to get all of our ecosystem up and running and to get the machine functioning properly and to get into everything that is going. So we have not been donating as much as we did our first year, of course, to Pragma. First year was amazing. We were able to do some great things, but we are really looking forward to the point where we're going to be able to put out and do and hit our target marks and hit our timelines for our white paper to be able to build out. And then we'll launch the Pragma coin. When that all launches, guys, you're going to see some amazing things happen in the world. The reason we are doing all this work is to build out something that's going to support the world charity. We have to build the system to get the machine completely functioning first. So yes, we've still supported Pragma, not at the same level as far as the numbers wise, because the ecosystem is not producing as much profitability, but we look forward to the time where we're going to be able to do that again. And then we'll be launching the Pragma token as part of our entire ecosystem that will be helped through charity throughout the entire world. So Amazing, exciting stuff. I'm very excited to be able to build the Pragma token, guys. You guys are going to love the project in the future, and you'll see that we'll be able to do some really great things. What is happening for us are staking profits, and when can we withdraw them? So we had some issues with MailChimp, I think it was, that wouldn't allow people to log into the staking site. So we've got that all sorted out now. They're in the process of redoing a new mail server. So I think that they are very close to having that completed. We will have an update for that here very shortly in the Telegram community and talking about that. You should be able to go and log in and do your forgot passwords and all those types of things on that as well very shortly. So the staking, and then you'll be able to take out and withdraw your staking profits as well. A 50 million real estate project is still going to be added to the RV. So that partner is a big partner of ours. It's part of our huge scenario and deal that I'm working on here that I can't tell you all the details about, but I can tell you when that is completed, then we're going to be putting that as a tokenized project into our RV, and that is going to be an amazing jump in value, an amazing jump in entire ecosystem. So it is all ready to go. I'll tell you more about that at the end of this presentation about where we are in the phases of that. Okay, what is the strategy for OMC Cash adoption, and how will the OMC terminals point of sales be marketed to businesses and to by whom? The strategy for OMC Cash adoption. So once OMC Cash launches and we start to roll out the technology, we will be utilizing it on, of course, our platform, but then also we're going to be putting it on the Excel Pay platform as well. And there is a wallet already built there that already accepts, it's over 400 telecom companies. That also allows us to go to 1.5 million travel sites. And I'm actually going to have a call that we'll do with the founders of Excel Trip and Excel Pay and talk about that. That'll be one of the places that we'll do adoption. Also, the point of sale and how it will be marketed. We are building out, and we're doing this, so we'll do this primarily as a test market in Korea to start a sales force to roll out the point of sale system once it goes. Now, I want you guys to think about this. So we're going to focus completely first steps on finishing all the things with Ormeus Coin, getting that fully functioning and running. And then we're going to take the same type of energy and vigor once the mining and once all of our systems are in place to go out and to launch OMC. We're going to do one at a time, like I said before, and we're going to focus in and focus our energy to knock them out of the park. And the businesses and people that will market these, our members base will have the ability to become distributors of the point of sale system and distributors of the application. The other thing that we'll do in this strategy itself is we're building and working towards building an augmented reality Pokemon Go type system for cryptocurrency adoption. This system is unlike anything else that's ever been built before. Now, I'm talking a little future, but this system is going to help all adoption occur. It's going to make it to where that we'll be able to go out there, share an app with someone. And this is like, I call it it's an Uber meets Western Union meets PayPal meets Pokemon Go. So there's a video actually that I shot here in Saigon that we can release actually this week coming that will talk a little bit about how that is going to work. It's a very exciting technology. I don't want to get you guys lost in the futuring. We focus on the now, and we'll get through the things that we're focusing on. But this is something that is going to be a big part of our entire ecosystem, is building out a point-of-sale terminal system and then a gamification application that helps adoption, that you can send tokens to send people to get airdrops in specific locations. Go update. It'll be like a local Bitcoins for crypto at the same time as a Western Union and a PayPal and an Uber. So you're looking for cryptocurrency, click a button on your phone, pops up the app, sends a local person. Everybody becomes an ATM. It's a huge idea. It's a huge concept. It's going to take a lot of work to get completely built together, but it's going to be a big part of our ecosystem as we build it. When can we expect our RV to come out of beta? So a lot of people ask this question. They're like, why beta? Why is it not out of beta? So the ORV will continue to be upgraded throughout the time of our business. Being in beta just means that we're testing a new functionality of it. If it's in 1.0 or 2.0, it will be in those different versions. We're not going to have it fully completed to where it doesn't evolve in the future, but each version will come out of its beta into the next version, and then we'll go into a beta again for the next version of the ORV. So it will be a continuously evolving process. The ORV with the Buyback is functioning. When the Buybot functions, that's the ORV functioning. So everyone understands that that is a capacity and how the machine works. The more profits that are in that system, the faster it's going to work. So at this phase with ORV Beta 2, this phase is fully functioning on the side. It just needs to have more profits from the machine to be able to purchase more of the token back, and then the machine will function at a much higher level. And that's exactly where we're building, and that's what the mining and that's what the trading is going to do for us in the future. There was recently mention of a major deal announced. Any updates on this? This is super exciting, guys, and it's something I've been working on for almost 3 months now, 3.5 months. It's major. It's bigger than my investment into the Ormeus project, and my investment in the Ormeus project is over 5,000 Bitcoin. It is something that is ready to go. I can't give you the details of the person or anything like that, but the project. It's all been agreed already. People are very excited about it. It's all been signed. Now we're just through the process of the state banks and everything, finishing everything. So when it happens, it's going to be a major announcement. It's why I'm on location now. It's why I've been traveling like a madman for the last few months. And I've been just in all different types of places and working with all the organizations to get this thing completely done, and we are right at the edge of it. So when this happens, it's going to scale us to levels that we have not seen before. This investing partner is extremely serious about building something and about working with the project as a whole, and also the investment capacity that they're coming in with is a massive amount, which is very exciting. It's going to blow us out of the park and put us in a whole nother stratosphere as far as value goes. They'll become one of the single largest holders of the token. That token is going to have to be purchased at market. So there's going to be a huge amount of influx when this all occurs. So that's super exciting. Are you able to share any information about the large stakeholder? This is what I was mentioning as well. Will this stakeholder buy Ormeus coins? And yes, they will be taking a huge amount of circulation out of the market and locking. So because of their purchasing power and because of the size of the deal that we're working on with them, it is going to completely move us to another level. And that's why I've been working so hard behind the scenes. You guys don't see every day all the different cities and all the things that I'm flying and everything and doing. And I try to be as much as possible, but some of this stuff, it's very with governments of countries in certain cases, and this one especially. And it has to be kept a little bit private, but I will share as much as I can as it continues to come through. So yes, they will become one of the largest single holders, the largest single holder of all of our tokens, and they will be a major part of what we're doing to support. And this is really something that it's been myself and then the members and community and people investing in the project as a whole. Having a really strong financial backer can really make a big difference in our growth process. It can scale us to levels that we expected back when we first started, and we can set those benchmarks again and start to really focus on the important things versus that going out and gathering and bringing in, putting investing in. Now it's time to just build the machine. And I'm very excited about the results so far. It's taken longer than I've wanted it to. Honestly, when you want these things to happen in like such a short period of time, but a lot of the members and a lot of people already understand and realize that great things take time, take energy to build, and this is something that is absolutely huge. So, is there any time frame when Excel Trip and accept? Yes, their technology is almost done. I'm going to let them announce this because it's going to be announced here shortly. They will make an announcement for this within the next 2 weeks of when their technology is almost done, and I'm going to let them announcement. What we'll do is we'll get on a call with the CEO of Excel Trip. He's a friend of mine for the last 15 years, phenomenal guy, and we'll let him talk about how the whole entire system is going to work together. Their technology, he said, was just about finished up. So once we'll announce it this week, and then we can put an exact time frame on it, and then you'll be able to utilize your Ormeus coin and your Eco for booking travel and hotels. And you'll also be able to utilize it for topping up your cell phone, and it'll have its own wallet built into the Excel Trip system. We'll have access to their entire team. They'll be helping us build some of the technology in the background as well. They're also going to help us on the augmented reality system. These guys are really on top of it, really cool, great team. There's about 50 people. We'll have full access to that entire tech organization. And with this tech partnership, it's something that is not just a listing partnership, it's a real strong tech partnership. So I'll have those guys come in and then start to share, and we'll have some of their blockchain people on our calls in the future as well. Do you have any business lined up, Freek? Lined up for Accept Armor Eco? I do. Now, we have my process here in this is building out, besides Excel Trip, that's one great listing. There are a couple of other companies that we're going to be listing with shortly that are going to allow our token to have much more usability. Now, the process was to build the entire system and set it up to where it is ready to go sell, and then take it out to the marketplace and sell. I have some major businesses that I personally have known for years that will be able to utilize and accept our token. And those businesses I will share once we're ready to go and get the deals in place. But there are places that have many locations, thousands of locations around the world. And that's very exciting to be able to have these types of things already set up. Now it's just a matter of finishing the technology, getting everything completed, and then we can run out there and get to work as far as doing what we really want to do, which is building out the sales organization and building out the team of people that are going to go out there and build the thing into the future. Why is mining needed if we can just use BitMix trading to generate profits? Now, mining difference is that mining isn't needed. It can be profited through any type of profiting system. It's just that we have so much invested in mining, and mining can be a really strong, stable scenario. Mining and trading together work well. If the time that mining is down, trading still continues to work. The time that trading isn't as profitable, mining still continues to work. So it's a good combination. We have the hardware, we have a strong base of mining equipment and everything built. We'll continue to utilize that, and it may get to the point to eventually where it is fully focused on more trading. Trading could be our biggest thing in the future, because there's a lot of nowadays with the futures markets, really more so than even the regular markets, trading is becoming a very strong part of everything that we're doing, and we'll see a huge difference in our trading portfolios over these next few months with this new algorithm that we've just implemented, which is it's going to really take our trading on BitMix and Binance to another level. Fully audited, fully transparent trading, very strong stuff. So when OMC launches, will be a stable coin or steady price. So I addressed this earlier, but let's address it again just to make sure that people understand. The original OMC, the ERC20 token, is not a stable coin. It is an ERC20 token. That OMC will launch out of the marketplace without the technology. The technology that makes it a stable coin is the CODI and the BNB technology, the transactional minting technology. When that is completed is when we'll start to put the token at that rate. The original token is a ERC20. The ERC20 is what you'll have to hold that. You'll hold that as an asset. It's like your ticket to the show, and then you'll be able to trade that for the actual stable, steady token. Do you still have a price target for ORM like you'd shared in presentations in 2017, 2018? So guys, just so you know, in 2017, I had a crystal ball, and it was on my counter, and it rolled off and it broke on the floor. So in 2018, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you exactly, but I personally can tell you I do have targets and I do have goals. And I personally can tell you without speculation that I see some amazing strength to where we're building this in the future, because we continue to work through, no matter the price of the marketplace, we continue to work through, we continue to drive in. So I still do have expectations, and I still do have numbers and set in my mind the way that I see that it was in 2017, then those presentations and things, but we can't go out and share those in a presentation format. But I can tell you that it's going to be something that is going to be better than it is now. And it's something that I believe is going to be much stronger in the future, because the continuing of building something throughout the market, no matter whether it's up or down, is where we will always continue in the long run to be at a better place than we were today, because of the energy and effort we put in now. And with all of our machines fully functioning, when we have a mining pool, there is nothing. The mining pool is going to make a massive difference in this entire project. When we see that, we own part of the blockchain. When we are part of the blockchain, when we are there, we show with a proven number, there is no one that can question what we're doing. And we will take this thing to levels that were unforeseen even in the 2017 presentations. Why is ORM coin market cap not the ORV value? When will it achieve the floor price? Good question. This is all based on profits. So the ORV coin value price is what our floor value it will be. That means that our machine will run continually until it hits that core floor value. So as our profitability continues to pick up, and as our machines start to function faster and make more money, as more money is made, the more tokens are bought. The more tokens are bought, the more the value will be pushed to. The machine will continue to purchase until it hits that floor value, and then it'll help increase that floor value. That creates a perpetual motion type of a process. So I can't give you an exact date on when it would be. The day that the machine builds enough profit to purchase out, it will push that token to that floor price. So as we continue to scale through this, the more profits that are built, the more investing partners and things like that we're working on. All of those things help build to the base floor value. And then at a certain point, it'll just hit that floor value. And then if people sell into it and then they want to lower the floor, try and lower the price, they can do that for a short period of time. But eventually the machine will have enough power to where it'll be able to consume anyone selling on a daily basis, total amount of sales on the daily basis, and it'll just push it right back up to that floor price. And eventually with the mining pool and with all these transparencies, people will understand that why would they ever sell the token for less than what the floor value is? And once people understand that completely, then the floor value will be the floor value and it will continue to rise from that point. What price of BTC do you mean for mining profit? Okay, so it was before to where we were mining at 6,500, 7,000. We were just becoming profitable. Now we should be at the point where 5 or less, we will still have some type of profitability in that 5,000 range. So this is going to be much better. It gives us the ability to mine even when the market is going to go back up and down. And I'm sure we'll see some more swings in BTC before we see $100,000 BTC. So it's a really good place because of the pricing of the new location and the scalability of the new location is excellent as well. There is enough for us to go to 1,000 petahash with this partner, which would be like 100 megawatts of electricity. It's a massive amount of power. So that gives us a really great build out. If the buyback affects the price, why not use 100 BTC in the RV to buy it off the market and create demand? So we've done this before. We've spent thousands of Bitcoin on ORM in the market, and if you can go into the FAQ, you can see that that we have purchased at average rate of $2.30 our ORM coin off the market. So the market doesn't work where you just buy and it goes right to the price. You have to consume everything in the market that's willing to sell. If we were able to, everybody won't sell at the low price. And when the price starts to move up, then the market cap starts to move up, right? So we have taken 40%, 40%, and 20%. We've used the 20% more than multiple times over, and I've invested a lot of my own investment on top of the 20% to buy back the marketplace. Now the price is at a lower price. So the next wave of investment into the project is going to be purchasing a lot more tokens, but we're not going to break the machine to change the number system of how it works. We did that before, and we spent thousands of Bitcoin doing that. If you continue on that process, it's not going to work as a machine. It has to be a functional machine and it has to process and work the way that it's supposed to work. If we keep breaking and pulling out of the different sides, it's got to function, and it's got to function for a long period of time. It has to be something that functions without human interaction eventually. So instead of going out and just dumping another 100 BTC on the marketplace, we will do things like that with investing partners and buying up and bringing things, but we'll let the ORV function the way that it's supposed to function. And that is going to be the 20%, 40%, and it will get us to where we need to go, guys. And you'll see that it's going to be very exciting because that'll make it to where the machine functions what it's supposed to, and it'll increase the base price. You'll be happy in the long run that we don't just go and liquidate everything all the time, because we're building something that is going to be a sustainable scenario, something that is going to outlast all of us. It's something that is going to not just be our financial future help, but also help our families in the future as well. We're building a future project. So have you considered doing a coin burn? Now, I personally don't think coin burns actually help the value of a token. If I had 100,000 Bitcoin in my wallet and I dropped it in my toilet, that means there's 100,000 less Bitcoin. Would that actually make Bitcoin's price go up? Now, buying back, creating scarcity in the market to consume market back and building asset value, I think makes sense. But just throwing away coins for no particular reason doesn't. It's more of a hype type of a scenario, in my personal opinion. I think that we would continue, or we would accelerate and maybe do like a big buyback program and utilize those tokens as an asset somewhere. But I don't feel personally that a burn is a smart thing, and it doesn't really give any major benefit to the project as a whole, because they're your assets. Those assets should be able to be leveraged somewhere, even if you're not utilizing those assets. Now, I'm open for conversation on that, and the board will eventually be the people that will decide those types of things as far as a governance body of whether we would have eventually burned tokens. But token burns, they're not really making the token any more valuable. It's just getting rid of the token. You consume it off the marketplace, it's the same thing as burning it. That asset is still an asset. You should be able to leverage that asset with something else, especially in the future if you were to ever take the company in a public sense. What type of business partnership are we looking for? Right now, we're looking first finishing all the technology, hardware, getting all that completely out. Then the next step, the next phase is when our phase 2 is when we will go out and we'll start to seek out partnerships for businesses that'll accept our token, partnerships for businesses that will help the liquidity of the token. You can see now that Ormeus coin is a liquid token. It's even listed in CoinMarket where it always has liquidity, which is unusual to any of the tokens in its age range or in its category as far as the number that is on CoinMarketCap. That makes it a very strong play for people to be able to accept the token. So any partnerships where we can use for use cases, partnerships where we can do for high throughput of use is the business partnerships that we're looking for. And we'll go into the phase of actually gathering partnerships. Once this next round of investment scenario is built, I will be focused in that phase completely. And once that's done and ready to go, then that's where I'm focusing. And I will have a list of phenomenal partnerships that you will be building throughout the future, guys. And that'll be my primary focus. Okay, is John and the Ormeus ecosystem related to Ormeus Global IQ Vantage at all? Okay, so good question. Ormeus ecosystem and Ormeus Global, completely separate things. Ormeus Global IQ were companies that were contracted to do distribution for Ormeus coin originally. Vantage is a completely separate company that we have no association with. They traded funds for us at one time. We are not happy with the results that we've had so far. All of our members have asked for refunds and requested refunds from that system. And Ormeus Global and IQ were companies that we were contracted with to distribute Ormeus coin. They don't have a relationship as a business. There's no relationship now with any of these companies at all. IQ and those, we're happy with our results with them. Vantage, we were not happy with the results. The partnerships are broken off. And we have full separation between those two companies. So in the future, we are keeping our token separate from direct sale companies in the sense of it's a separate token. If a company buys it and uses it, that's the company's choice. That doesn't have anything to do with us. We launched our organization and launched our token through these distribution channels. They were, in the beginning, good partnerships on the IQ and Ormeus Global side. But there's been just so many issues with the direct sales marketplace, so we've decided to keep our tokens separate from them. If a company is using our token, it's because they purchased a token. It's a free market. Anybody can purchase our token, but we don't have an association like that. And I personally had worked in consulting capacity for the Ormeus Global and for IQ, and not Vantage at all. Will they be able to sell OMC and TWP exchange in the future? Okay, a TWP exchange, yes, you can sell OMC. OMC is already listed on TWP. It's all about the trading market there. So that the ERC20, based on the amount of buyers and sellers, you'll be able to sell, buy, and sell right there on the exchange itself, based on the amount of buyers and sellers. As the other markets pick up, OMC, the TWP exchange price and tradability and liquidity should increase based on how many people are actually in the exchange utilizing it. Where can we expect a white paper form? Okay, so there's the new white papers. They are currently throughout the process. There won't be a new white paper for ORM anytime that I see in the near future. That's pretty much the way the system is built. We'll be updating out probably in the next 90 days just to update some of the processes for the ORV and maybe to update some of the mining capacity. And then OMC, you figure about the same time period. Once the technology is completed, then we expect to see technology somewhere in the first quarter to see some great results in the OMC technology. Then we would expect to see some white paper updates. Okay, and in regards to BW exchange promotion, can we do a deposit for external wallets and stake? Okay, so the promotion for BW is built for BW. It's purchase on exchange. BW has built it this way so that members could purchase a token on exchange that brings members to their exchange so that they could get that staking scenario. Now we've launched the Eco token on BW as well. And we opened up the deposit and withdrawal. There was a bunch of bounty people that went out and sold token, brought the price down temporarily. Well, right now we're waiting for CoinMarketCap to give us our listing. Once CoinMarketCap gives us our listing, we'll start to market and push that token back to the market, and that'll make the promotion pretty exciting, I think. But it is designed for an internal exchange, purchase on exchange, buy and hold. All right. Okay, so there was an hour, guys. Hopefully I got all of the answers to all the questions that you guys had. I just want to take this time to thank everybody for putting the time and energy and being here in the project and hopefully you've got the questions answered and the things that you were looking for. We'll do another follow-up AMA here in the next few weeks. I'd like to try and do one of these once a month at least to make sure that you guys have everything, and then let's get a team together to really get some more detailed information out there for everybody, and that can communicate with me on a daily basis, so that we can really get all the information in the marketplace and make sure that you guys have everything that you need throughout the build of this, and so that we're fully transparent. And just remember that we're here to build a community. This is most importantly, we build a community. It's the team of people that we build, and the people that we build with is what we're really building. Because if we build something great in the community side, then everybody in the world will accept that our community is the best community token. And that's really what we're building this into. Because of the fact that it's not something that has any type of a central ownership, it's all based on who owns a token. It will eventually be a fully decentralized, without any central head, which means it'll just be community members that'll be speaking on the project as a whole. And it'll just be community members that are addressing the project, and it'll be all based on the whole community process, because that's what the ecosystem is. It's an ecosystem of people that are working for one solid goal. So, guys, I want to make sure that you have everything you need, and I appreciate all of your time and energy today. We should be wrapped up here, about an hour IMA. I will make sure that I answer every question that you guys have. I'm here to build something massive. The new mining situation is going to be huge. And when we share with you this launch of this hash build, of this ability to market hash contracts and build out our mining pool, we're going to be able to build the fastest, biggest, and most amazing community of miners that has ever been built before, because we'll have the ability to market something that will actually take the token value. You'll get Bitcoin, you'll get Ormeus coin at the same time as building the Ormeus pool. Just imagine having a product like that you'll be able to go out there and share with people. It is huge. So thank you so much for your time today, guys, and have an amazing day, and we will all be in touch soon. Make sure you answer all your questions in Telegram, and talk to you soon. Have an amazing day. Take care.